Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Evelyn, and today I'm going to share our family road trip to Yosemite National Park this summer. Our trip was 4 days long. We drove from the San Francisco Bay Area, so the first morning and the last afternoon were mostly spent on the road. We saw so many amazing spots. The waterfalls with rainbows in the mist, the beautiful mountain lake called Tenaya Lake, the sunset view from Glacier Point, deer running across the meadows, and even some amazing museums. This video will take you through our trip day by day. Let's get started. We're almost there. In the afternoon, we finally arrived. I'm in 4th grade, so we got in using the free 4th grader National Park Pass. We are so lucky that my mom booked a cabin at Curry Village a whole year ago. It's really hard to get a place to stay inside the park, so plan early if you want one. Our cabin was small but had everything we needed. It had a bathroom and 2 double beds, perfect for our family of 4. My brother and I slept on the side against the wall, so my parents didn't have to worry about us rolling off the bed. Even though the room was small, every cabin had a picnic table outside where you could eat and relax. After getting some food, we went out to Yosemite Valley for an evening walk. By then, the crowds were gone. The summer evening was cool, the parking lots were almost empty, and it felt like we had the whole place to ourselves. That's the best part about staying inside the park. We walked across Cook's Meadow and saw Yosemite Falls in the distance. Since it was August, the waterfall only had a little water, but the cliffs around the meadow were still beautiful. We're on Sentinel and the beautiful Merced River below us. That's Half Dome. From here, you can see Half Dome's reflection in the water. It's one of the most popular photo spots in Yosemite Valley. We also passed the little Yosemite Chapel, which looked very cute. Then we crossed Superintendent's Bridge, where my brother and I played in the sand by the river. The water was so clear it sparkled in the light, and there were even tiny fish swimming around. Did you see that fish? The evening was quiet and calm, and the golden sunset made everything look extra beautiful. It was the perfect start to our trip, and I couldn't wait for the next day. On day 2, we woke up early, ate breakfast, and drove along Tioga Road, which goes up into the high country. We stopped at a few viewpoints along the way, and the views were incredible. The best stop was Olmsted Point. From there, you could see the backside of Half Dome. There were huge granite boulders that people were climbing on. I wanted to climb too, but my dad wouldn't let me because he's afraid of heights. We continued driving to Tuolumne Meadows. At the visitor center, we stamped our national park passport. Then at the wilderness center, a ranger told us about a trail where people sometimes see bears. We hiked there, hoping to spot one, but it was already late morning and too hot. The bears were probably hiding, but we did see lots of bear scat, so they must have been around. Even though we didn't see a bear, we discovered something amazing. The river there ran over giant granite rocks instead of mud, so the water was crystal clear. It made shallow spots where we could splash and deeper pools that looked like mini swimming holes. Later, we drove to Tenaya Lake, a glacier lake that looked like a beach in the mountains. My brother and I played in the sand and the water for hours while Mom cooked lunch on her camp stove. It was the perfect picnic spot. On the way back, we hiked at Tuolumne Grove, home to giant sequoias. These trees are so tall it's hard to even see the tops. The most famous one is the dead giant tunnel tree. A long time ago, people cut a tunnel through it so wagons could pass through. That hurt the tree, and now it's dead, but you can still walk through the hollow trunk. By the time we got back to Curry Village, we were starving. Dinner never tasted so good. Day 3 started with the shuttle ride to Happy Isles. Shuttles in Yosemite are free and super convenient. From there, we hiked part of the mist trail to the Vernal Fall footbridge. The forest was shady and cool, and we could hear the rushing water as we climbed. When we reached the bridge, we saw Vernal Fall, and lots of people stopped there to take pictures. But my brother and I were more interested in the little squirrels running around. They weren't afraid of people at all. We didn't go higher because families with small kids usually turn back there. The part we did was just right for us. Afterward, we visited the Happy Isles Nature Center. It had lots of fun displays, and you could even draw pictures. Then we played by the Merced River. Even though it was the hottest month of the year, the water was freezing cold. In the hot afternoon, we chose indoor activities. We explored the Visitor Center, the Yosemite Exploration Center, the Yosemite Museum, and the Indian Village. It was interesting to see how the Awanichi people used to live in Yosemite Valley. We also watched a short film in the theater about Yosemite's history and beauty. In the evening, we ate early and then drove to Glacier Point to see the sunset. On the way, we stopped at Bridal Veil Fall. You can already see the waterfall and rainbow from the parking lot, but we walked 10 minutes to the base, and it was even more spectacular. Bridal Veil Fall looked just like a bride's veil blowing in the wind, and in the mist, we even saw a rainbow. Then we stopped at Tunnel View, the most famous Yosemite viewpoint. From there, you can see El Capitan, Half Dome, and Bridal Veil Fall all at once. Of course, we had to take a picture there. Finally, we made it to Glacier Point before the sun went down. From up there, Half Dome looked so close, and the whole valley was spread out below us. Watching the sky turn pink and orange was one of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen. When we leaned on the railing and looked down, we could even spot Curry Village. Our cabin looked tiny, like a Lego block. We stayed until the sun completely disappeared, and by the time we drove back, my brother and I were already asleep in the car. On day 4, we woke up extra early because a ranger told us he had seen a bear in Cook's Meadow the morning before. We didn't see a bear, but we did see deer running across the field, which was still exciting. Next, we hiked to Lower Yosemite Fall. Because it was only 7 a.m., there were almost no people on the trail. We walked in the quiet forest, enjoying the cool air that felt like it belonged just to us. In summer, the waterfall isn't very strong, but I can imagine how powerful it must look in spring when all 3 tires are flowing together. Next time, we'll come in a different season. After that, we walked some smaller trails and ended up at Swinging Bridge. Every trail has its own special scenery and surprises. This is Swinging Bridge. The bridge doesn't swing anymore, but it's still a fun spot by the river. And of course, my brother and I played in the sand again. When we finished, we took the shuttle back to Curry Village, packed up, ate lunch, and checked out of our cabin. On the way out of the park, we stopped at El Capitan Meadow and played by the river one last time. This time, there were ducks swimming nearby. They kept diving under the water to catch fish, and it was so fun to watch. Thanks for watching my Yosemite vlog. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us. Please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more family adventures. See you next time!